Numerical reasoning, short test 6. We're now live next, folks, on this question. Right, let's make a move on to the, here we go, question number 1. Okay, right, Michael is going on holiday to New York. He leaves home on Monday morning at 8 a.m. So let's get a bit of a highlighter here, running. And takes 1 hour to get to the airport. His flight departs at 11 o'clock and the flight duration is 8 hours. He arrives at the hotel. Okay, I think some of this is covering up the... Right, let's just clear that. Let's use a yellow pen. So he's going on holiday, so he leaves at 8 a.m. It takes 1 hour. He leaves at 11 a.m. and it takes 8 hours. He arrives at his hotel 2 hours before landing in New York, which is 5 hours behind London. How long does Michael spend in the airport before his flight departs? Okay, let's have a look at this question. Now, he leaves at 8 o'clock home and takes 1 hour to get to the airport. So what time does he arrive at the airport? 9 o'clock. 9 a.m. he's at the airport. Hang on a second. At the airport. What time does his flight start?
11 a.m.
11 a.m. And the question is asking us, how long does he spend in the airport? So 11 a.m. is the flight goes. So between 9 o'clock and 11 o'clock there is how many hours?
0 minutes.
Okay, 2 hours, 0 minutes. I think the yellow is a bit of a funky color. We need to change it back into something less. When the flight departs, what time is it in New York? Answer 24-hour clock. So the flight, what time does the flight leave in UK? It leaves UK what time? 11 a.m. Yes?
Yeah.
If I say any wrong numbers, please tell me straight away. So flight leaves at 11 o'clock, and how many hours are there? Because in New York is 5 hours behind London. So 11 o'clock, 5 minus 5 hours. What's 11 o'clock minus 5 hours? In the UK will be what time in the morning? 6 a.m. 6 a.m. is right in 24-hour clock will be what? 0600 hours. Is that right? 6 a.m. So you must have 4 digits. You must put the 0 in. When you're doing 24-hour clock, you must have 4 digits in your answer. You know, previously, like here, you got a gap here, you're putting in there. You see that there? And previously, you don't have so many gaps. It doesn't matter. In 24-hour clock, if they give you 4 boxes, you fill in 4 boxes. Okay, just make sure that you got that right. Okay, part C. An hour after landing in New York, Michael called his mother in London. What time was in London when he called her? Answer in 24-hour clock. Now, so when he left Birmingham, when he left UK, it was 6 o'clock, wasn't it? How long did the flight take? Told you, yeah. How long does the flight take?
8 hours.
So it was 6 a.m. according to New York time, and then he add another 8 hours. What's 6 o'clock in the morning? Add 8 hours. Well, 6 add 6 will give you 12 noon. So it'll give you 2. It'll give you 2 o'clock in the afternoon, isn't it? Yeah. So that'll give you 2. And then what time did he actually call? So 9 hours after 11 o'clock is 20 hours. Okay. So we're going to add, basically, we're going to add 8 hours plus an hour, 9 hours, isn't it? That's what we're doing now. So let's have a look what we'll get. So 6 o'clock in the morning. Then what time is it? What time is it in London when he called her in London? So here we go. Where's the original timing? He left at 11, isn't it? 11. And then it took him 8 hours to get there. 11 and 8 is what?
7. Yeah, 7. 11 and 8 is 19. We get 7.
It's the same p.m. 7 p.m.
Oh,
Yeah. So 11 hours, and then you add another hour for it took him. So what's 11 o'clock in the morning? Add 9 hours. 11 in the morning, add 1 hour is 12 o'clock. Add 8 hours. So what time did he ring? It was, what time was it? It was 8 p.m. isn't it? So he rang his mother at 8 p.m. 8 p.m. what time? That's going to be UK time. So 8 p.m. was UK time.
But 25.
That's right. Now we're going to change it.
20.
So 8 p.m. if you add 12 hours onto that, Huzaifa, what do we get?
20.
So we get, what hour time is it? 100 hours, they call it, or 20:00 time. That's the time in London that he rang his mother from America. Done? Are you happy with that one? Good? Let's clear the board. Let's move on to the next question. Move the mouse back. Let me get the color back. So can we just write it in here as well, yeah? Because that was from the previous video, part of the video. Next, on his return journey, the flight takes 20% longer than the original flight. How long does the return flight take? So what was the original amount of hours? 8 hours. And then we're going to add on to that how much percent? 20%. So first of all, let's work out 10%. So 10% of 8 hours is equal to 0.8 hours. And then another 10% will be another 0.8. So that's an easy way to get to 20%. So altogether it will take him how much longer? 1.6 hours longer. Okay, shh. Hang on a second, folks. Okay, now after giving us this, we'll have to give it as a decimal, this answer. So we had to start with 8 hours. Here we go. Hang on a second, let's quickly change color here. We started with 8 hours. We're going to add the extra 20%. So 8 hours, add the 20% extra will give us what?
9.6 hours.
9.6. You could do 9.6 or 9.60. That doesn't make any difference here. And I'm just going to pause here while you ask. Right, here we go. Next, let's change color now. Because how long does the journey in part D take in minutes? So we have, first of all, we have 9 hours, which is the easy part. Inshallah. We time that by 60. 9 hours times by 60 will give us what answer, Harun?
540.
540 minutes for the first part. And then we have 0.6 of an hour. 0.6 times by 60. Now we have to think about technique for working this out. Now 0.6 folks as a fraction. I'm going to rub it out now, 0.6, and I'm going to change the fraction. So what's 0.6 as a fraction? Let's have one of the girls. Okay, let's have Iman. Iman, can you give me, don't whisper to the answer. 0.6 as a fraction gives us what? 6 tenths. Now 6 tenths in this calculation is better than 0.6. Why? Because we can now cancel. So 10 divided by 10 is? 60 divided by 10 is? So 6 times by 6 is? 36. Okay. So 0.6 of an hour works out to be 36 minutes. Are we happy with that, folks? Yes. So now we're going to add these times up. So I'm going to put the 6 down here and 7 down here. If I'm right or wrong number, please tell me straight away, folks. 576 minutes is the correct time for that question. And that is the calculation that we need to do. Are you happy with that?
Yes.
Did you get that right? Okay, got it right now. You sorted it? You corrected it? Okay, if you haven't got it right originally, please now do the corrections as we're doing it. Because I'm going to clear the screen.
Wait.
Okay, I'll wait. Alright. Okay, here we go. Question number 2. Using the compass shown below, answer the following questions. Mark the direction Simon is now facing if he was facing east and then 90 degrees clockwise. Let's start. Let's do the highlighter for this one. So Mark was direction Simon. Mark, the direction is now facing if he's facing east. So which way is he facing? East. And then he turned 90 degrees clockwise. So from this direction, 90 degrees clockwise takes us straight
South.
Clockwise. So this is the direction of the clock. Okay. So for question, what is it?
South.
2A should be?
South.
Okay, next. Mark the direction Leah is now facing. Okay, let's get rid of this first part here, please, folks. Let's get rid of this. Otherwise, it'll confuse the next question. Okay, right. Okay, right. Mark the direction Leah is now facing if she was facing south. So let's put Leah facing south. So Leah was facing south. Okay, and then turn 270 degrees anti-clockwise. Okay, so that means opposite direction of the clock. So that's 90. That's another 90. And that's another 90. So which will it be facing?
West.
West is best. Okay, now I'm going to clear the screen. How many more questions do we have on this? 2 more. Okay, I'm not going to move this screen to the next page because we lose the compass. It's important. So I'm just going to clear the screen now, folks. So 2A is south, 2B is west. Right, I'm going to manually now read out question C. What is the bearing of southwest from north? So hang on, so where's southwest? Southwest is here. Southwest is the name of a source in subways.
So what is big?
From north. Hang on a second. Now when you do bearings, for question C, bearings always measured clockwise.
Yes.
So we now need to go, let's have a look. We now going to start by facing north, and then we're going to go which direction?
That way.
Clockwise until we reach
That way.
southwest. So now let's have a look at the angles involved now. Okay, from here to here is,
90.
and that's another 90 here, from there to there, and then that one will be half of 90, which is
45.
45. So we've got 180,
Add 45.
add 45, and the answer for 180 add 45 will give us an answer of
225.
225. Excellent, that's beautiful. So I'm going to write it down manually here. So question, was it 2C?
Yeah.
2C, the answer is, what was it again? Okay, what was it again? 225. I'm writing here manually, folks. I'm not changing the page, otherwise we lose the compass. Okay, let's do question now 2D. Let's change color now. Okay, question 2D. Okay, let's drop this bar out here. Ladies, did you get that right? Put your hand if you got that right. The question.
I got one of it right.
Okay, right. Okay, folks. Question D. I'm going to read out to you verbally. I'm not going to move the screen because I need to look at the original.
Compass.
The original compass. Okay, pink. Right. If Jane is currently facing northwest, so where is she facing?
Northwest.
Northwest, but turns to face east. Where's east?
There.
Face east. So how many degrees clockwise has she turned? So we are starting from here, and we're going to end up over here. So let's have a look. So we're turning from here to here. Okay, let's work out the angles now. Now, from here to here is how much?
90. No, 45.
45. It's half a quarter of a turn. And that's a quarter of a turn. That's going to be
90.
90. So 90 at 45 will give us an answer of.
135 degrees.
So the answer for that will give 135 degrees. Done.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the end of question 2. I'm gonna.
So, look at this one.
Wow. I think we should finish this test 6. Yeah, we should finish on time. Wow, this is monumental stuff. Okay, should we just stop this?